My name is Dr. Bakht, Dr.Syed Bakht. For the last 36 years, I've been in education. I'm presently the Professor of International Business at University of London. I've also taught at many universities, even in Bangladesh. Although Bangla Korea bolte pari na, I can only speak Sylheti or English, as you can guess. I've taught at NSU, IUB. I'm a visiting professor at IBA, Dhaka University. So I know the type of students, the profile and all that. So for the last 20 years, I've been coming here, living here as well as obviously my home country of England. Okay, where obviously I was born and raised in England. But I've always had a strong affinity to Bangladesh. It's a great country. And the most fantastic thing about Bangladesh, it's young people like you who are the future, who are so important. Because why Bangladesh is actually one of the very few countries in the world today that is developing so fast economically. Okay, there's always social issues you're going to find. Okay, but if you look at the GDP, it's one of the highest in the world. And one of the main reasons for that, why Bangladesh is developing so fast and so rapidly, is because of human capital. You know, it's young people like you being trained. It's companies like Grameenphone, HSBC, the Pran Group, Square Group, all the big Bengali groups who have done well, all the garments industry. We have so many banks now. When it was East Pakistan, when I was a little boy, this country was a different name, different country. It was called East Pakistan then. It was very quiet. I remember back in 1968, I came by PIA, okay? It was called pain in the arse, we used to call it. Okay, we used to take 38 hours from London to Dhaka, 38 hours. Because obviously in those days you had to refuel every 2 hours, because there was no technology. Big plane though. And we used to get so excited coming into Dhaka from Karachi. We stopped at Karachi and drop all the West Pakistanis. And then from there to East Pakistan, the small airport in Tejgaon, there's a small airport. And then you could see all my relatives waiting for us. And we were young then. So when we got out, Fool, Malaula, Dite, and the love that we used to get, that wasn't there in England as much. Because my father was the only brother. We had my grandfather opened the first restaurant in Liverpool back at 110 years ago. Okay, so very old. My father was the only son who went to England. The rest of my Sasa and Fufu and everyone were here in Bangladesh. So I had loads of cousins and still have cousins and nephews and nieces, Batiza, Bagnas and all that here. So that's why we have a strong connection with Bangladesh. It's so important. And obviously over the years I've learned, I know, it's such a shame, Bangla, Balakoria Shiksina, but I should have done that first, or Arusha. But as you know, Bengali is such a very difficult language, very difficult. We were talking yesterday, Sakib and I, even Sakib didn't know, because he's brought up abroad in Africa as well. But Deta, Araita, there's a name for half one of them. And whenever I say Sharechta, everyone laughs. But I mean, Sharech Tinta Khoi, Ashpai. No. But everyone laughs, Sharech Duita Shumaimu. You get that kind of reaction, and you think, God, that's a bit strange. But have you seen Bengali is such a hard language? English is so much easier. I know for you, you're going to think, oh, English is so difficult. Trust me, once you master English, and most of you will, I promise, all of you will, by coming here, by doing IELTS, or if you don't do IELTS, develop your language. English language skills are so important. Anyway, going back to during the East Pakistan days, we used to fly in, and all my relatives used to get, and it was flown down. In those days, the population, can you believe, of East Pakistan, Bangladesh then, 60 million. 60 million. We used to swim in Danmondi Lake. Shundor pani asil. Sheikh Mujibur Basha, right next to there. We used to swim in front of his house. We used to always see him drinking tea on the balcony. But manush akhoriya dekhtona. Okay? Now, we've got 60 million in Farmgate. I mean, the whole population of Bangladesh now, can you believe, is 200 million unofficially. Tara Bolbona, Tara Khoibo 180 million. But it's not 200 million. The size of Dhaka is a mega city. It's now officially a mega city. A mega city is anything above 20 million. London is 10 times bigger in size to Dhaka, and we have metro system. So from East London to West London, Sharek Gunta. Well, Sharek Gunta lage, okay? It's huge by train, okay? But I've stayed here during Eid. During Eid, oh my God, what a fantastic city. Uttaratone Jatrabari, I mean, to Motijil and all that takes, 15 minutes? Seriously? If you switch by car, straight down the airport road, all the way down, and then near Shantinagar and all that, you're there. You're actually there in Motijil so quickly. But usually, khoto gunta lage? 3 gunta. Yeah, to go. So now, we've become, right, those of us, I live in Gulshan area, so Gulshan Bonani, that's one area. You go Uttara, you go there. Obviously, it's grown so fast, 20 million people, more people are coming. It's the pace of change is so fast. Young people like you have got so much to offer this country. Now, some of you will stay here. Not all of you will go abroad, but maybe you've all got an intention to go abroad. But one of the key things is why do you want to go abroad? Okay, why would we want to go abroad? Well, the main reason is better, make your life better. And guess what? When you go abroad, you're not changing yourself, not just you and your career. You're changing your children, your children's future, and subsequently your grandchildren. I'm a grandfather. I've got 4 grandchildren. I mean, Nana, Duibar, Dada. Oh, you can say, well, Sul Faxena, a daddy, but daddy is the Iraqi to Shade Boitone. So it might do soon. But you know what I mean? And it's fantastic being a grandfather. It's so different as well than being a father. And you know what? When I look at my life, I just remembered, obviously I got divorced from my wife a few years back, but yesterday was would have been my 40th wedding anniversary. Salish Bosor. Wedding. I was just thinking last night, I called my ex-wife, I'm just giving you some greetings and all that. And we were just saying how time flies, how time goes so quickly. And I remember your age. 20. Such a beautiful age, 20. You're nice, everything's so there. As you get older, trust me, it gets worse. Okay, but look after yourself. Go to the gym, eat the right food. Promise, by the time you're maybe 60, you might be like me. You might be a bit more fitter. But age is just a jidit, so don't worry about age. All you have to worry about is your future. Now, if you plan your future now, for the next, obviously you can't, in the old days we used to plan for 10 years. You don't know what could happen. 10 years. Because although our lives are easier, we've got technology now. When I first started teaching 34 years ago, I'm blackboard, chalk, the old way that was, and now, oh my God, it's all technology now, everything. All my marking is technology. And we have to move, we have to adapt. We have to move with the times. You, young people, you have to move with the times, okay? You can't stand still. No company can stand still. Those companies that stay, that don't, what happens to them? What happens to companies that don't develop? They go bankrupt. There used to be a company called BlackBerry, which are, What does BlackBerry do? Do you know what BlackBerry was?
Maybe it was a cell phone company.
Yeah, it was a very successful, mobile set company. Oh my God! And everyone, and I remember when I was at NSU back in 2001, all the professionals had a BlackBerry, and all the young people had an Apple, or a Samsung was coming in as well. What BlackBerry didn't realize that they didn't develop with the touch screen. Yeah, they had the small, yeah. So,
Mouse or something.
yeah, that's right. Oh, you had one. Tuan boys got to that. At 2001, Tuan boys got to -2.
My father actually had one.
Oh, your father. I was just saying, you're too young to remember all this. Okay. So what happened to back overnight, shesh? Overnight, shesh. Trillions of dollars in profits. Shh. They stood still. They didn't move. They just didn't move. They used to, back in the night, when I was at university, I went to university 1979 to 1982. Or someone. Which are, no, you look very, how old are you? How old are you? 19, oh, teenager. Yeah. So there was a company called Olivetti, Italian company. Italian company naam shunbay now because very famous now. They don't make anything. Fiat is the only one you'll hear. Atara football took your maramari khore, which I don't like Italy football team. Anyway, so what happened is they had a company called Olivetti, very successful. Do you know what they used to do? Olivetti, have you heard of it? Olivetti, anyone? No. Okay, typewriter?
Yeah.
Prior to 1985, we all had typewriters. When I was doing my dissertation, I did it in a typewriter. And we used to give the manuscripts like that. Writers, all those books from years back, how did they do it? Typewriter. They used a typewriter. Typewriter's been there for 100 years. Suddenly, one fine June day, this American guy called Bill Gates suddenly said, I've got a brilliant idea. Computer. Microsoft, he didn't call it MicroWorks, it was called first. Word processing, first time. And we were thinking, what is that? It's a kitao, computer. And I remember my university, Liverpool University, the computers were massive. They were like mainframes, okay? So we thought, I'm not and all that. But oh my God, it changed. Suddenly we said, oh gosh. So I was born in 1962. From 1962 to 1985, everything goes slow. Because there's hardly any technology. We didn't have so much changes. Everything was stable. Big companies could charge as much money as you like. I remember we only had one telecom company in England, and even in Bangladesh. Oh my God, Bangladesh was the worst. Bangladesh telecom, used to get it. You couldn't hear anyone, dude. And to put a line, side mash lagte line lagaite bashat. And obviously, 50,000 tekha tuk gush. দিতইব বুঝছো গুশুস দিয়াতে দিলাই তো হ্যাঁ সামনের বুধবারে করব হ্যাঁ করতে পারবেন হ্যাঁ আইতে পারবেন হ্যাঁ তে কইতেইব কত আপনি দেন খুশি দেন Bengali side আপনি খুশি দেন and when you give them 20,000 মন খারাপ করিলে বুঝছো আপনি বলেন how much anyway. So obviously anything that we learn. So in England we had telephone boxes, red So whenever we had to make a phone call, outside, we used to obviously put money in, and now look. And I remember back in 1985, Bill Gates said something, and he said all those years back, information on your fingertips, and we couldn't understand. I'm not talking about bullshit. We were young students. I just graduated then in the 80s. And what does that mean? Now I realize what he meant. I've got an Apple phone, I'm a shop owner. My emails, my football news, my Vibers, my WhatsApp, all my communication, all my dissertations, all the student records, my portal, my websites, Netflix, Prime, Amazon Prime. I'm just thinking what I've got on my phone. I've got everything. I'm a shara zibon ekta phone or maze. I just phones with the aray. Oh my God, Allah, morizeiram. You know what I mean? Phones with the aray. In the old days, when the Nokia came in, Nokia also very successful company. What happened to Nokia? Shesh. Okay, which country does Nokia come from? Israel. No, it's not Israeli. Oh, if it was Israeli, I'm a kinbonana. Sorry? Hungary. That's a good guess, but no. Oh my God, you should know this. Always get general. Finland. Finland is a suto ekta desh. Oto tanda. Minus 20 every day. But they're the owners, and they made Nokia. So what happened to them? They've gone. They've also gone as well. And obviously, when I had the very first telephone, in Bangladesh, I had the very first telephone. I think, was it 99? 98, 99? City Cell? Otoburasil. Oh my God. And it yod khotoibo. Antenna asil. So আমি Shunargao সময় আসলাম তাহসিলাম। So I was too scared of coming out because of the Oshamoy Duma asil, Dhaka City. And anyway, what happened is I went on a rickshaw and I put the phone on. I'm my phone hot. So I put the thing. I am a balani. Dhaka balase. Tigase and all that. And you know, from the buses, manche dekhe. Like this, you know, on a basur maze, manusho dekhe na. So I was near Shunagao, you know, that so busy intersection, and everyone's looking at me. Shob, manush, kulmani stop horilese, atatasil, stop hotse. And they look. And I said, Amma Zaigi, 2 million manush amar baidi dekher. Which I'm feeling so embarrassed. You know what I mean? Anyway, to cut a long story short, oh yeah, my khala goes, Igu kita. I said, Igu telephone. Telephone? Wire kwai? Na, tar nai. Komolan kham hore. Oh, ufruttone. But kita Allah dison. Allah dison amare. Oh, shukriya, alhamdulillah. So, in my 6 decades, and you're not even you're just passing your 2nd decade in this, in my 6 decades, I've gone through so much, changes and all that. And guess what? In the next 40 years, I'm not trying to scare you, okay? Salish bosor fore, আমি তো তোমরা দেখতাম না এই সময় আইদা বনানি খইবর থাকমু আমার বাড়ি তো লন্ডন খইবর থাকমু but in 40 years time when you're 60 65 your lives will change, but you want to look back at the age of 60 without any regrets, and there's no regret. You should never have regrets. Try everything, be positive, make the right decision. And I think today all of you, by coming here, hoshto khoriyato aiso na kunto naiso tumi? Kilgao. Oh, Kilgao, Bakadur, na? Kilgao flyover ekta ase na? Yeah. Yeah, so Kilgao, some of you come from Danmondi, Uttara, you've come here for a purpose. And this could change your life. Just one decision could change it. Now, I've been sending students for so many years to England, to UK, for plus 30 years, from NSU, IUB, Dhaka University, even from, Eden Mohila. I got to be very careful because in Siliti, Moela, we say. And once Eden Moela College, which are obviously Mohila, which is women, Eden College, from I used to teach many years back. I also taught at Vikur Nisa school from 1999 to 2001. I was teaching there, and the girls there, when I came to NSU, Shob NSU Taisi. And then when I went to England, Shob England Fataisi. And now they're married with their husbands, and Zamai, Bacha, Basha, say, they're fabulous. But you know what? The fantastic thing is, you will always be Bengali. You will always have your fantastic culture. But guess what? You learn another culture. English culture bad. Okay? English culture, na, mod khai. Yeah. Obviously mod khai, but Bengali holo to mod khai. Gulshan klabo zao, ta klabo zayo, dekho. When I don't drink alcohol, I've never had. I'm not that religious anymore, but I never drank alcohol. Manche, when they see you, buy a whiskey cabin. I said, nah, I mean, actually drink korina. Apne to London tone, England tone. They make an assumption because you're from England to be more Thai, which nah, I mean more Thai tamne, which anyway. So there's always aspects of every culture that is good and bad. But you as young people, you'll take the good thing. I tell people, there's so many fantastic things about the respect. Tumra teacher re kitaho sad na mam ho. England ho na. Tumra nam ho dia dache. But it doesn't matter, that's their culture. It's not a problem. Okay? But they show respect. I mean, when I came to NSU first, I was renting a place in Bonani. I mean, Bashekta Nisi, Duitalakta Basha Nisi, in road number 27 in those days. And I went to see the owner, and owner Amare Bolche, oh yeah, Foncha Shazad Duitalabari, apne Nengi, apne to London, Tanashe, no problem. I said, yeah. I said, Ocha, I mean, security deposit, Koto, oh na, apne to NSU teacher, Sara, mi apne to takanite parbona. And I said, my God. So in this culture, like our Asian culture, after parents, the teacher is one of the most, someone with so much respect and that you'll give as well. And it's a fantastic thing to have. Now, some of you in futures will be teachers, Some of you will be engineers. Some of you, and you look back in your career, and your life is so short, honestly. If I can remember 1972 and 1968 coming into East Pakistan all those years, you will remember these days, your college days. And remember, your university days, your college days are your best days of your life. But sure. Yeah, no, I'm only joking. Don't go. Your marriage could be a fantastic marriage as well. You're obviously having a... So, okay, can I just ask, are most of you, obviously you're doing you want to do IELTS, you want to see what your level is at the moment. How many of you are interested in going to UK, England? Oh my God. Oh my God. Tuman naam ki? Acha meme dakhmune. Oto lampam farina. Mahmud. When I say what's your name for la, tuman dakhnam khoyo. Daisy, Joy, Romel. Oh malan khoyo. Uno Muhammad Rasul Islam Ibni Mizan Bakht Tarafdar. Which malan khoyo. So meme, dakhnam meme, na? Okay. Why do you want to go to Canada? Oh, okay, that's a good. London relatives, nahi? Acha, ami tumar sasa, okay? It's good to know. Sasa don't know you, okay? Come to you. Sorry, you're not interested. Where do you?
No, sir, because I want to go to Australia because my two of the elder sisters are there, so I have to go to Australia.
Oh, okay, yeah. Do we want to gym khoro na? Yeah, very good. Ya Allah. Boys khota tumar?
So 21.
21, okay. Beshi khoriyo na, otherwise. When you give up the gym, which are
I gained 25 kg.
25, yeah, fantastic. I've been going to the gym every day, twice a day, since age of 18. I'm 60 now. So, it does keep you fit, fantastic. But it becomes a habit, but very good. But buzaza, to me, bodybuilder lakhan, but sure. Both fight by London's result. Australia's anina, okay? Because I don't know anything about Australia, okay? And where would you like to go, Mum? তুমিও তো অস্ট্রেলিয়ান নি? Ya Allah. Relative? Oh God, oh my. England relatives now? Okay. Sorry, who said England? Did you say England? Okay. So what's your name?
My name is Sakib.
Sakib. And you, why have you chosen England?
I have many relatives.
Oh, your relatives in here.
My home district is Sylhet.
Oh, তুমি সিলেটি নি? Oh, তে তুমি আমার মাত বুঝবাই. Okay. Any other Siletis? Nah. Sure. Okay. That's fine. Yeah. Obviously, London is Sylhet. বুঝছো? সিলেটের আরেকটা ডিস্ট্রিক্ট আমরা হবিগঞ্জ, মৌলভীবাজার, সুনামগঞ্জ আর লন্ডন। বুঝছো? All in one is there as well. Okay. Sorry, can you just put your hands up again, those of England, London? Okay. Okay. Are you interested to go to UK? Yeah? Yeah? Why? Why England? ও তুমি জানো না? আচ্ছা আমি বাংলা কই। তুমি ইংল্যান্ড যাইতে চাও না নি? আচ্ছা কিয় লাগি? সরি কেন? বাংলা তোমরা কই। কেন ইংল্যান্ড যাবা? ও তোমার ফ্রেন্ড আছে। ও দ্যাটস এ গুড এক্সকিউজ। বালা আমিও তো আছি এখানে বুঝছো? সো ইটস ফাইন। হ্যাঁ সাসা। আচ্ছা বেশি সাসা কইও না আরো বুড়া লাগবে আমারে বুঝছো? তে দাড়ি রাখতাম হইব। Okay, no. Oh yeah, you want to go to England as well? Relatives don't know anything.
I know they are student friendly, and I want to. My 3 friends will go there. And
Oh,
we will
okay.
go together.
Oh, you go.
We have
Oh, what a
decided
wonder.
to
Oh,
go
fantastic. Yeah. Right. Anyway, listen. Please don't get me wrong about Canada, Australia. Ze shundor de. I mean, good see. Canada, আমার both relatives আছে. Australia, আমার both relatives and friends I've got. But to give you an example, to me, I'm going to be biased. Obviously, for UK, I'm on a Boris. I was my father opened my grandfather opened the restaurant in Liverpool. Have you heard of Liverpool? Yeah. Which is Liverpool. You might know, obviously, football are like famous. We have the very famous band called the Beatles, but we also had the very first mosque in the whole of the UK, Tin Bosod Furana, in Liverpool. It's 300 years old. The first Muslims came because we're a big port city. You know, Liverpool is a very big port city. But right next to Liverpool, and you might have, the UK, as you know, is so well known. I'm the Queen, unfortunately, Maragese, and it's so sad. All my life, I've known her. It seems like I've lost a relative, like someone very close. Because all my life, she's always been there. When I go to the stamps, taid kolla mata ono dekha jay asa khano mata taid sobi everywhere. Prime Minister hol jayegi ta bad, which Boris Johnson, you know, with the blonde hair and all that, they all go. Prime Minister's takena, but the Queen or the King stay, and she's been there for 70 years, and that's it. That's it about the United Kingdom. It has stability. It has stability. You know, no, you can criticize this government, this Awami League government, but one thing that you can't criticize is that at least having one government helps the country to develop. If you know, because in the old days we used to have Hortal, you know, we used to have BNP, we had, you know, obviously Awami always fighting, maramari oito asa shomay. Now kunu maramari nai. And I remember my cousins, way back in the 80s, there was a leader called Eshad Namunchuni. Okay. Eshad, oh my God. Hali session jam takto. Dhaka University, no classes, not for weeks, but months, kunu class nai. And Zara Fashkorbar, 82, 86 of Fashkotse. You know, like this. So they lost out. And in those days, Bangladesh did not have any option. We didn't have any option. I'm at Dhaka University, the fantastic universities, you know, national universities. We've got, you know, all the very good Chittagong University and all this. But guess what? We only started private universities until 1992. Beshi din age na. Er age to kichu asil na. Okay? So now, because of our growing population, we have North South University, IUB, BRAC, no, yeah, everyone. Green University, I'm Green University. Shobuz University. Which are Lale Khonaisena, Lalo, Kalo University of Aisena. Which are, but Green, what a name, Green University. Acha. But they're all, I mean, look, but if you go to this university here, it's a sort of middle ranking, southeast, Matrono. Do you know how many students they have? 22,000. 22,000 students in that university. Beshi balao nai, karapo nai, maza mazi futse. Okay? Ektu kom dam ase. If you compare to NSU or BRAC, obviously ektu kom dam. But guess what? 22,000 people. What does that tell you? That tells you education is so important. Higher education, getting a degree. But I'm going to give you some advice. You don't have to go. If you can go to NSU, you can go to IUB, you can get a very good career. To be Grameenphone, to Makenibo, or HSBC, or one of the big companies. Bala beton faibai, benko sakri kote parbai, eta biya kote parbai, gulshan eta flat tachte parbai, you know, eta gari tachbo. You might have a nice, comfortable life. Shashuri, shashur, kase. I'm not hori hoi. Okay, they're close as well. At my life, it took baloi to pare. But no, those who really accelerate, that go out of their comfort zone, go abroad. And I'm not saying going abroad is easy. It's not easy, but and you know that say you want to do a master's course in England, how much will it cost? 12 to 15,000 pounds. 12 to 15,000 pounds. It's like 15, 16, 17 lakh taka. It's a lot of money. But guess what? You shouldn't, it's better than buying a flat in Gulshan. It is better than buying a flat in Gulshan. Because you know why? That is your investment for the future. To me, look, you can work straight away when you go to England. Straight away, you can work 20 hours. Ar I 20 hours to me masho £400 faibai, man almost 2 lakh taka faibai. Okay, which is enough to keep you for the rent and all that. Then, and people always say, oh, England or PR now. We have PR, but it's not called PR. It's called post-study work. So you get a student visa for 1 year if you want to do a master's. Okay, they'll give you a 1 year student visa. Then you get a job, you get a part-time job, then you make it full-time, they give you post-study work, and then they give you a 5-year residency visa, which is almost like a PR, and then you can apply for a passport. You know, obviously, and getting a British passport helps you in so many countries. You can go to so many countries. At this time, and that's Russia, which is a problem for you. Okay, so I mean, Pritibir maze je kunu desho jaite parbe. But what's Bangladesh passport? What's wrong with Bangladesh passport? People don't. Even India, you need a visa. Yeah. Even India. And the reason why is in Bangladesh we have so many people. And have you seen in Malaysia, in Dubai, so many workers go there. Arita gorib manush, tara life-saving besya, tara land besya, tara kaz kore ikane. Otto khostor kham. And you know what they do? They send money back to their families, to their villages, all the Bangladeshi villages that they are. And sometimes you feel sad. And they do khosto. Why? For their children. They're not doing khosto just for themselves. They're doing it for their children. And it's so sad. And guess what? You're not going to have khosto in London. Or Australia or Canada. You're not going to have khosto. That khosto is nothing. It's like adjusting. It's just adjusting. After that, it's a fantastic life. Everything is set. To me, zekunu khafur finte for manche akhriya dekhtonai. But sure, manche don't make judgments about you. Kho judgment hoyna tumare. But sure, there's something ekhon kisu Bengali culture kisu kharaf jinish ase. That's one of the people talk too much. Oh, dekhsoni. Oh, Homeland Finche or whatever's doing, you know, they make very much judgmental as well, which in England they don't, okay? And when you go to England or Australia or Canada, there's mosques praying for more, there's halal food and everything like that. So, you know, you'll find the universities, well-known universities, they're very famous. And once you get your university degree, so many doors open. And obviously, as you know, we had the Brexit, few-year Brexit means, we got out of Europe. And that, you know what happened? 5 million Europeans left the UK. 5 million. England to negesigi. So professors, marketeers, businessmen, cleaners as well. And we don't have enough workers. We just don't have enough. Care workers, one of the biggest jobs now, care workers looking after elderly, vacancies everywhere, £21,000. You can get a job as soon as you go for £21,000. A lot of money, okay? You can get jobs in the airport. You can get jobs in McDonald's in Liverpool. Not big. They've got so much business. They've got no workers. English kaz korena. Young English people don't work because they've got money. Plus, they get a lot of money from the government. Rent there, rate there. Everything. Hospitals are free. Because you have the welfare state. The state looks after you. And I just turned 60 in August. I just turned 60. And as soon as you get to 60, তোমার বাসে একটা দেয়, flat, 1-bedroom flat. Which আমার একটা সুন্দর একটা flat দিছে. Even if I've got a house, but they still give me a flat. They give you a free medicine for life. To me, they কোনো medicine খাও, although thank God I don't take any medicine. Like a free test, bowel cancer test, diabetes test every week. I can have it every week and everything. They look after you. And if you're over 60, England fura travel hotam very free. Fura free. আমার পয়সা লাগে না. Okay, train, bus, this, that. So it's fantastic. When you get old, it's fantastic. Okay? Can I just tell you something? When you get to 60, at Muzi Bangladesh taho. The government, and it's not the government's fault. Government or fault now. Tax collect hotte pare na manchottone, especially rich people. Zara aro doni ono gulsham take, elagi aro doni hoy. They don't pay that much tax. Okay? The middle classes do. It's the middle classes that actually, who works at banks as a principal officer or something, they're the ones who pay the tax. So when you're 60, you're not going to get much benefit. You have to rely on, guess who? Your children. Amar bacha, amare look after korbo. Yeah? And also in England, if you go with, you can, if you're married, tumi shadi khotso? No. You see it so much young. Ami shadi khotsi 19, no? I got married at 19, no? After amar ma amare khoise na, kenan tui biya khori leide? I said, hasa? Kundin, Shamno Shafta, Shamno Robibare. I said, oh my God, khair. I didn't know who the girl was, but they picked a nice sility girl for me. Goes, na, Zebala, hijabi. But sure, namaz khore. I said, oh no. No, I'm nothing against hijabis. But anyway, she's a really nice girl, though. She's beautiful. Okay, I married her a week later. Which 19, yeah. Anyway, coming back to that. So, yeah, because you'll have to then rely on your children and your grandchildren to look after you. You can look after yourself. If you go to a Western country, like England, like Australia, like Canada, you can look after you. You're going to Canada, Mim, yeah? What's the capital of Canada? No, tumhare khoisi na.
I thought that was familiar.
What's the capital of England?
London.
Straight away, London. We're more famous. Ottawa is the capital, but Shobechoy, Toronto. You're right. Tumi khoisla. Who said Toronto? Ottawa? Who said Ottawa? Oh, Tumi Zano. You got relatives there already.
My younger sister.
Oh, younger sister. Are you going to go to Canada? You're planning? Oh, good. Canada is a beautiful country. Beautiful. Second largest country in the world. Buzano Nikita. Manushnai. 32 million. Same as Farmgate. মানুষ নাই চাকরিও তো বেশি নাই বুঝছো so say you're a finance manager here my cousin was a finance BAT 6 লাখ টাকা মাসও পাইতো বুঝছো কানাডাত গেছে ফাইন্যান্স অফিসার একটা 2000 euro 2000 Canadian dollars do you know what I mean England if he went to England same level because England there's so many jobs at high level and England our population is 70 million when I say England I mean the United Kingdom we have 4 countries 4 different countries Scotland England Wales and Northern Ireland so we've got 4 different countries in football I'm not separate football I'm not maramari which are cricket are separate okay but together you know like in athletics we're together okay we're the United Kingdom ono UK embassy British embassy মানে Scottish মানুষ ono Scottish ono visa officer আছে Welsh আছে and Welsh have got their own and they all have their own flag national flag which are England has got its own flag Scotland has its own flag so it's a different identity that they have but they all get together as in United Kingdom okay it's a fantastic country very and we have a very diverse country meaning you know there's so many different nationalities so when you go to university there when you get to university you have 160 different nationalities Venezuelans British Koreans Africans you know Uzbekistan and it's amazing in my class at university I'm going back next week as my semester starts I have 140 different nationalities and it's fantastic do you know why you don't just learn from your teacher and your academic studies you learn off all your you know your classmates you learn so much from them when I did my MBA 32 years ago I made so many friends in my class Brazilians and all that so I went to Brazil last year because of him because he was there I knew him from my MBA and they looked after me like a guest I went to watch a Brazilian football match so you know and I have friends in Dubai who came you know Arabs as well they came as well they were at my now they're CEOs of banks and things like this so guess what it's a great way of networking getting further jobs if you're employed you can get contracts they gave me a contract I won the contract for Emirates Airlines website my company they gave it to me oh you know Ibrahim from 1980s yeah he's in my class he's the CEO of Emirates Airlines Sheikh Ahmed he's now the chairman of Emirates Airlines huge multi-billionaire do you see but he's in my class 40 বছর আগে বুঝছো so can you imagine you can make all these friends and you know the network will be so strong for you and in England you know we've got we got Ratin can we play any video now can we play video okay I just want to show you a video on it just to give you some idea anyway how long have we got now Ratin if it
17 minutes
70 okay yeah we'll just play that quick video okay I'm just gonna while we're going round who else said UK who else said UK no yeah you said UK what's your name no you're going to Canada yeah okay no one else UK no okay. oh yeah is it because your friends are there
no sir I have relative
oh your cousin's there whereabouts is he do you know political leader ya Allah oh BNP বুঝছি আমি তারেক জিয়ারের আসার সময় দেখি তারেক জিয়ার আসার সময় দেখবাই লন্ডন 8 একলা কোন কিছু I know all the political leaders of the UK are called BNP বুঝছো আমি জানি ও সবরি চিনি জামাত ইসলাম আর BNP ওনো লুকাই রাইছে বুঝছো they have to ওনো আইতে পারতো না ঢাকা সেন্ট্রাল জেল যাইব আরে আল্লাহ আমি জানি বুঝছি বুঝছেনি আমি তোমার এই অবস্থা কইমু তো বেশি বালা নাই বুঝছো বেশি বালা নাই অনেস্টলি তারেক জিয়া একেবারে ইউই যারাইতে কোন দিন আই মুই গভর্নমেন্ট কোন দিন যাইব আই told him I said আমি যাই এই গভর্নমেন্ট যার না আমি মরিয়ালে তে মনে হয় যাইব but you're not they're here to stay এখন কলতা আওয়ামী লীগ সবটা you're not going to come back তুমি তোমার মেয়ে his daughter is medical is doctor now so she went to medical school so he's quite settled there আমার ফুফাতো বোনর বাসার কাছে থাকে বুঝছো আসার সময় দেখা যায় আটের কেউ জানে না কেউ চিনে না ওদের show when he was here when I was at NSU behind was Hawa Baban and they used to be always there oh my god বুঝছো আসার সময় অন্য থাকতো তারা but now কোনো আর কল মাস্তান উস্তান ওকল বাগিও গেছে গেল তো right I just wanted to show you can you just put this on and put the volume down because it's not right this is a place called I'll get out the way here it's a place called can we put the lights off as well oh yeah oh sorry okay that's a place called Whitechapel near central London in East London and as you can see everything there's so shutki mas sendel bucho lota mango pickle amor pickle am khatol সবটা আছে তুমি বাংলা মারতে পারবে তারা বুঝবো সিলেটি মানুষ বাংলা বুঝে বুঝছো লোক সবে হিজাব উজাব ফিনদের ও তো এক দুইটা ইংলিশ পাইবে এক দুইটা সাদা আইব সাদা কইবা আরে আমরা কই আইছি বুঝছো এটা ফার্ম গেট বুঝছো close to farm gate দেখছো আর ও বাংলা পাতে ও তো কিতা সরষা তেল দি কিতা বেসের বুঝছো ও জাল মুড়ি ও বাংলাদেশের একটা পেপারও বুঝছো পেপারও because Bengalis like it in the paper যদি কাপড় দো বালা পায় না but পেপারও দিতে হইব বুঝছো জিলাপি ও দেখো বাংলাদেশ মেড বুঝছো গার্মেন্টস ফ্যাক্টরি তো নে ওকে সি ও দেখো চিপস এটা বাঙালি হলো কল চিপস খায় বুঝছো we call it crisp but you call it chips বুঝছো আমরা ফ্রেঞ্চ ফ্রাইজের চিপস খাই বুঝছো তোমরা ও ইয়ে করো ও দেখো দেখছো ও আর একটা সাদা ও না ওটা আরব ফোয়া দেখছো ও সিলেটি ফুলসুবা ও দেখো খালাও না যাইরা আমার খালাও বাইদি যাইরা আমার আম্মারে একটা দেখবাই বুঝছো অন্য কিতাবে বালাসনি ও দেখো and we have the largest mosque in the UK there East London Mosque Saitala বুঝছো দেখরাইনি ও so the point of showing this when you go to London you won't feel homesick you won't feel সবটা মিলবো when you বিদেশ sometimes when I go to South America or when I go to Europe কিছু শুটকি মাছ ভর্তা ভাল লাগে না নি বাটার আমরা কালচার ওমলান আমরা তো বড়ইসি ওমলান নাই ইতার দেশ নাই কমলান কিতা খানি but there look সবটা Kolapata restaurant one of the best restaurant okay Sonaরগাঁও হোটেল তো আছে নাম সোনারগাঁও হোটেল বুঝছো obviously আমরা বাংলাদেশ সোনারগাঁও হোটেল অত সুন্দর নাই আর অত দাম নাই আমরা বাংলাদেশ সোনারগাঁও so expensive এক কাপ চা মনে হয় কত দিছিলাম এদিনকে 400 টাকা বুঝছো 376 টাকা এক চা আর চাইগো মজা নাই খাওয়ার বাজার 10 টাকা ইটালিয়ান ওটা মিক্স করে রিক্সাওয়ালা দেয় এটারও যে মজা আমি উবাইয়া খাই বুঝছো স্যার আপনি ঠিক আছেন আমার কয় না এইটা আরো মজা আর কোনো সময় নিশি সোনারগাঁও হোটেল আর কাপড় মাঝে রাখছি বললাম খাইছি বুঝছো so can you see and all the Bengali lawyers so if you've got any problems with তোমার যদি কিছু law তারা সব আছে তারা সব জানে স্টুডেন্ট ভিসা কমলান work visa করবার লাগে কোনো সমস্যা নাই আপনি করক আমি কিছু টাকা দিলাম আমি করিয়া দিলাম they all charge that and there's the underground every district every area we have underground নিচতলে ট্রেন যায় fantastic এক জায়গা থেকে এক জায়গা তোমার just takes a few minutes You know, the transportation system is so advanced. আর এটা 200 বছর আগে বানাইছে চিন্তা করিয়া দেখো 200 বছর আগে okay so as you can see
And the sir, best thing is they also stick some sort of a sticker on the pillars, which is
yeah
the feel of Bangladesh.
yeah and there's a library পুরা বাংলা বই হল আমরাও পড়তাম পারি না আমরা বাংলা পড়তাম পারি না but it's all there as well. And you know, দেখো খাফরুর দোকান চেলবার কামিজ ঈদুদ্দিন বুঝছো ঈদুদ্দিন বেইলি রোড লাখান মানে বেইলি রোড না জুস বার আছে I used to like Bailey Road জুস বার আছে শাড়ির দোকান আছে পাঞ্জাবি আমরা আর ঈদুদ্দিন সব পাঞ্জাবি ছেলে পাঞ্জাবি কিনবো মেয়েকেও সুন্দর শাড়ি আর থ্রি পিস সব কিনবো and it'll be like home. It'll be like home. And there's so many Bengali students now. They'll make you feel so welcome as well. You'll think, wow, it's so wonderful to see. Ita Bengali nai, buchho. Just to let you know. Acha, cameraman ali follow kore tarare. Buchho. Naughty cameraman. Oh, no, shirt fast pound. £400 borrowed dress. Oh, no, back home. So if you're earning £1,500, those pound kitchen, eh? Yeah. You sure? See, and there's the library. There's over there. So it's fantastic. You know, although arota sasa, sasa balani, or airam, although cigaretto khaiba. I keep telling them don't smoke cigarettes. Okay, so bad for you. Morizebe, taratari. So anyway, there's areas in London, and each area of London's different. In northeast London, all the Pakistani lives. In east central London, Bangladeshi. All the Africans live in south London. On the west of London, you got all the Japanese. On the central London, you got all the Chinese. Chinatown is so old, 300 years old, 200 years old. Ita Chinese 200-300 বছর আগে আইছে বুঝছো তেবো Chinese mate but with English accent. It's like us. We're from, this is our Sileti is our language. We still speak that. Do you see? So, you know, let me just show you. Sorry, one more video, if I can just show. Because obviously,
So which part of England that was?
that is London. Yeah,
In which city?
London.
No, that video.
London. City London, though. Duh. To me, bad Australia.
Wants to know the exact area.
I was just to be more specific.
Oh, no, East London.
Okay.
East London. To me, Australia bad though. Bad dish. Australia is not as diverse as UK. Mature. Yeah. Keep. No, go further down. Further down. Yeah, just yeah, the tour, Burbeck. Yeah. And put the thing on. Yeah, brilliant. Okay, this is the university I teach. Now, we do bachelors, we do masters as well. It's called Birkbeck University. And as you can see, it's in central London, all the campus together. Do you see, beautiful? You go winter time, winter to Tanda. So that's a management campus. So we do, one of the most popular courses, robotics, data science, you know, all these new courses. And there's so many jobs available. Cybersecurity, if anyone wants to do cybersecurity, you're guaranteed a fantastic job after finishing cybersecurity. Obviously, business management, very popular, MBAs, Masters of Marketing, HR, you know, you've got all kinds of courses available. I'm happy to take any applications, those of you interested. You can come there, there's cafes, and it's a fantastic environment, and it's a world-famous university. You know, you get your certificates from your University of London. So it's something that you can consider applying to, and all it is IELTS. And like I said to you, the money that you're going to spend in tuition fees, you will get back. It's a short investment. You know, you'll earn good money. And like I said to you, you know, everything is there. You've got so many different students. The facilities are world-class facility. And now also, you know, you're allowed 20 hours work. You can do, nowadays you only have not many classes. Classes, face-to-face class, maybe 6 hours. 6 hours a week. And the rest is online now. So the rest is online. Because now universities are thinking, oh my God, we can do online. Now online content is fantastic. You know, we've got journals, we've got all the library books, you can access all the videos. You know, look, I'm showing you a video just from YouTube. This is just from YouTube. So look, you can get ideas. Look how many books, look at the environment. So straight away, start looking at all these, start doing research. Which university do you want to apply for? London, obviously, so many opportunities. And those of you who want to work, we can help you get jobs as care workers, computer programmers. Those of you who got social media experience, you know, marketing, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, sorry. Yeah, TikTok kita. Okay, so can you see? Beautiful. I'm teaching here. I start again on the 26th of September. But I'll be coming to Bangladesh regularly. And those of you who are interested, please let me know. Obviously, those who are going to Australia, fine. Please don't mind. Canada will also help you as well. Okay, we've got plenty of facilities as well. But the most important thing is you're getting a good IELTS score, okay? For undergraduate, you need 5.5, I would say, okay? 5.5. For masters, 6 plus. Either some will accept with you 6, but 6.5 if you want to do a master's course as well. Are all of you mainly undergraduate or postgraduate? Anyone postgraduate who finished? Okay. We've obviously got civil engineering, which is very popular. You've got mechanical and production engineering, but chemical, and you've got obviously software engineering, huge demand for software. But chemical engineering, is that what have you studied that before?
Yeah.
What have you studied so far?
I have completed my BSc from
Please, sit
University
down.
of Dhaka,
Uh-huh.
Applied Chemistry and Chemical Engineering. That's my department.
Fantastic. And what do you want to do? Do you want to do masters?
Master's or PhD program.
Yeah. Do you know what I would recommend for you? To do masters first. The reason why, but when you go to that university, say City University, very good for chemical engineering, okay, you will then get a job. But also, if you're interested in PhD, you get to know a professor. If he sponsors you, then they'll pay you to do the PhD. So rather than you paying now for the PhD, you do the masters in chemical engineering or related, get one of the professors to sponsor you. They don't have enough engineers. You know, as you know in the West, if you're engineering or computing, or I'm not doctors or nurses, guaranteed a job straight away. And you get a very well-paid job as well. It's a good question though. But I would not do the PhD first, because it's a 3-year program, and first of all, to be tuition fee, but they'll pay for you. Trust me, they will sponsor you to do that research. Okay. Yes, sir.
Sir, what would be the best suggestion to be a computer engineer in UK?
Well, you do any kind of, obviously, computer engineering courses, and there's so much of it. And to be honest, one of the biggest areas is this artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
Have a look, masters or BSc in artificial intelligence. My God, the amount of, you walk into a job, you walk into high pay, 50, 60, 70,000. Even in Australia, if you look at Australia, they're offering 120,000 Australian dollars. But in England, it's huge. You get a job, guaranteed job. Any of you who's doing engineering or computer science, you get jobs straight away. When I say jobs, I don't mean lower level jobs, but really high level, well paid, very well paid. So straight away, you'll be earning so much money. Do you know? Those of you who want to be teachers, after a master's degree, you can become a teacher in England. Guess what? They give you £20,000 as a golden handshake for you to join a teacher. So you can be a Bengali teacher. You can teach Bengali, because there's no Bengali teachers on East London. You get a job straight away as a Bengali. So tomorrow beton dibo plus £20,000 mane 25 lakh tekha dileibo foela. So teaching, all you do is teaching. But for teaching, you need a master's degree. Now, if any of you get a master's degree, you can come, if you come back to Bangladesh, NSU will take you, IUB will take you, BRAC University will also take you as a teacher. A lot of students have come back with masters from England, Australia, Canada, and they've started teaching. Teaching is a fantastic profession, but now they pay well. At NSU, the average pay now is 3 lakh taka for a lecturer, senior lecturer, 3 lakh taka. That's not bad. Okay, if you're a professor, it's 5 lakh taka. Okay? Right, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're almost finishing now. Okay, obviously with you got the test and all that. It was such a, oh yeah, you got a question, so yeah. One naam ki, but? Mushad, okay.
Actually, that we get 1 year academic in UK. We get 1 year academic session.
Yeah.
2 years post-study work permit.
Yeah.
After completing that, if I don't get the sponsorship, we have to come back to.
Yeah, if you don't have a sponsorship, you got to come back. But everyone got a job, honestly. Only those who came back are those industrial government minister for London School of Economics. They came back. But trust me, I have sent students last 32 years. Not a single student had to come back because of that. Everyone got jobs. Everyone.
What about intentional business?
Sorry?
What about intentional?
If you want to set up a business, they'll give you money, seed money. If you've got a good business idea, sorry, you can sit down. You can go for you can have a look online, Entrepreneurship Visa. Okay, in England. And also we have a Global Talent Visa. Global Talent Visa are those for engineers and, scientists, those who want to do science, and those who want to do robotics, and they'll give you a Global Talent Visa. On high salary. Okay, but have a look. There's Entrepreneurship Visa as well. So if you want to set up your own business, you can in England. Do you know how much it costs to set up a company in England? £35. Tomar name a company set up. That's it. £35.
Actually, I am preparing myself to go in master's degree in
In what?
Ulster
Ulster University in London. Yeah, very good. Ami ekane porai budbare. I teach on Wednesday, so write to me and I'll give you if you come, I'll give you my address. I teach there one day on Wednesday. It's a very good campus, very nice campus in Liverpool Street. Very, very good. Yeah. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, one more question then. Yeah, your name is? Ilma.
How about studying fashion design?
Yeah, huge demand. My daughter, she did fashion. You're one of the best places, University of Creative Arts. Have a look, UCA, just outside London. And there's so many opportunities. And as you know, Bangladesh is a huge export, clothing. 90% of clothing in England comes from Bangladesh. So fashion design is huge business. It's the second biggest industry. It's worth about £48 billion. We're finishing now, aren't we? Yeah. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, Bodramar, forget it, Bangla thoitam na bhuli gesi. Okay, students, thank you so much. It's a pleasure meeting you all, and I do hope I'll meet all of you again. Okay, even those who London jaito চায় না, আচ্ছা আমি অত বেশি রাগ করতাম না। Well, if you need any advice and help, I'm here for the next few days. And obviously Sakib's here all the time. Looks after the whole programs and all this. So we're more than happy to, help you. We're here to help you, advise you, give you the best, and you've got a fantastic testing centre. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum. Yeah.
Thank you so much.